Mighty Mite, 100% Australian made and family owned. The favourite yeast bread of the Sydney Kings.
It's a new team, but the same dream. Good evening and welcome to the Sydney Kings Basketball Pregame Show. We're coming to you live from the Brick Pit in Thornleigh here in northern Sydney as the Kings take on Korean club team, the Goyang Orions, in the second game of their pre-season series. I'm your host, Matt McQuaid, and thanks to our naming rights sponsor, Mighty Mite, and our other great partners, United Airlines, the Sydney Boulevard Hotel, Nudie Juice, Audio Technica, Glencoe Electrical, St George Bank and Vic's Premium Quality Meat. We're coming to you live via sydneykings.com and the Sydney Kings TV YouTube channel. A special welcome to all fans tuning in this evening all the way from South Korea. Those fans in Sydney who couldn't make it to tonight's game, it is a sellout. Our many fans listening throughout the New England region on Tune FM, and indeed all NBL fans with us this evening, thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy our coverage. And once again tonight, as you see, featuring full audio and video live streaming. Now, normally I would be joined by my broadcast partner, the 1992 NBL Grand Final Series MVP, Bruce Bolden, but unfortunately Sydney traffic has got him. He's currently stuck and trying to get to the stadium. He should be here hopefully in time for the game. So in the meantime, we'll still go through a few things with you. Last time, obviously, these two teams played, the Kings were missing Ben Madgen and Josh Childress. Tonight, Damien Cotter has the full squad at his disposal. Kings, of course, coming off a very impressive win, 91-70 over the Dongguan Leopards, coached by the one and only Brian Goorjian at Alexandria on Monday. The big surprise, of course, in that game was the debut, the unexpected debut of import Josh Childress. He's in uniform again tonight with the distinctive afro that's going to become a real highlight for the NBL, I think. Josh was outstanding on debut, and believe me, he's probably only operating at about 50% capacity right now, and yet had 20 points and 9 rebounds, including a couple of absolutely spectacular alley-oop dunks. To say he was extremely impressive is understating the fact. I think Josh is going to be one of these guys that's a real game changer in the league. We haven't seen too many of his calibre, and that amazing group of imports just keeps getting better and better in the league, and we're still yet to see Melbourne's new superstar import Jordan McRae, amongst many others that we're going to see next week at the National Basketball League Blitz. The other import for the Kings, Kendrick Perry, quiet night at Alexandria, only the 8 points, but he had 4 assists, a couple of his tremendous drives to the basket, which are very quickly going to become a trademark, I believe, for Kendrick. And his partnership with Josh Childress is already looking very exciting for the Sydney Kings. And those of you who have been Kings fans for quite some time would, look at some of the great import duos in Sydney Kings history, the likes of Dwayne McLean and Kenny McClary, Chris Williams and Kavossi Franklin, Steve Carfino and Mark Ridlin, Leon Trimmingham and Super Mario Donaldson, to name but a few, over the years. And I guess I've been saying this quite often during our broadcasts, the 4 that we've done so far rather, we have to still temper expectations. It's only very early in the preseason. This is a very young group, and they've only played against Asian club sides and the 2 US universities, Eastern Kentucky and the University of Hartford. So the first game against NBL opposition is going to be some test this Saturday at Moss Vale. We will be there covering that game live for you, full video and audio streaming once again. One of the stories I did want to touch on was Angus Brandt. Last time these two teams played up in Terrigal, of course, the Kings getting the W there. It was a really good, solid hit out for them. Fair to say Angus struggled. 3 early fouls, held to just 4 points in 11 minutes, and just really had problems containing Korea's, the Goyang import, I should say. He's an outstanding player, Troy Gillenwater, out of New Mexico State. But then Angus just bounced back superbly on Monday night at Alexandria. 22 points, 14 rebounds. He was 10 of 12 from the field. And it'll be interesting to see how he'll attack this tonight. I think he learned a great lesson on Monday night, and last Friday. He definitely took that into Monday's game and came up with the goods. It was an outstanding performance. from Angus. The other big story from a Kings perspective tonight, we're here at the home of the Hornsby Ku-ring-gai Basketball Association, and Josh Dunker, the other Josh in the lineup, he's actually from the Hornsby Association, and as we've said, he was out of the country for 6 years, played for St Pius X High School in Chatswood, and played for Hornsby, and was coached by my absent at the moment broadcast partner, Bruce Bolden, who had a very high opinion of Josh and his talent and what he brings to the table. So it's a great night for him. Again, this is going to be a sellout at Hornsby, and it's going to be a great night. You know, the Koreans have showed themselves to be very competitive, and I suspect a lot more competitive than what Dongguan were, considering Dongguan were missing 2 imports who were both NBA players, Bobby Brown and Ike Diogu, and 3 players who actually play on the Chinese national team. So very much a second string Dongguan outfit. This is definitely Goyang's top outfit, and they're going to come to play tonight, obviously, with Troy Gillenwater. So we've got just under 10 minutes to go to the start of the game. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're listening and watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV. James, what's going on, mate? Oh, it's all right. Is it? Oh, you're watching it, yeah.
It's on a different network.
Hey Kings fans, how you doing? It's Josh Chubis. Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I look forward to meeting you guys on Kings Family Fun Day, and look forward to playing in front of you this season at the Kingdome. I hope that all of you guys come out and support, get your memberships, and come out and make the place rocking. Thank you.
Excitement. You know, I grew up watching the Kings and going to their games, so to be able to play for them is great. I'm really excited to get going. 3 things about me that you didn't know: I'm an Eels supporter in the NRL. My favourite movie is Wedding Crashers, and my younger brother Lewis played for the Kings last season. I really love the weather in Sydney. It's sunny almost all year round, and great beaches as well, which makes it awesome.
Welcome back to the Brick Pit. We've got just over 7 minutes remaining till the start of the game. Both teams just warming up at the moment. And right now we're just going to take you through the lineup, starting with the Orions. So they're going to start with their big man, Troy Gillenwater, number 0, 6'7" forward, as we said, out of New Mexico State University. Number 5 is John Gil Lim, a 6'4" forward. Number 8, Dusu Kim, 6'4" forward. Jae-Sok Jang, who had a solid game in Terrigal. He's at number 31, a 6'9" centre. And guard Hoban Han, number 55. Coming off the bench for the Orions, number 1, Kang Soon Kim, a 6'3" guard. Number 2, Hyun Min Lee, a 5'10" guard. Number 7, Jung Ki Chun, a 6'2" guard. 12 is Kyung Suk No, 6'3" guard. 19 is Jae Hyun Lin, 6' guard. And 21, Sung Pil Lin, 6'8" forward. And the second import, Charles Garcia, out of Seattle University, 6'10" forward centre. And the rule in the Korean League, apparently, is what we believe, is that the 2 imports can't play at the same time. So they interchange, but Gillenwater definitely the more impressive of the two. Head coach of the Orions is Il Sing Chu, assisted by Byung Chil King and Sung Hyun Cho, and manager Jik Wang Jun. So they're just about to introduce the teams here. So we'll run through the Kings lineup. They're going to start as they did, at least we believe, after talking to Damien Cotter, their head coach in the pre-game. He's pretty much going to start them as they did in Alexandria. So, and it'll be the starting lineup, we believe, that the Kings will use in the NBL season proper. So they're going to start with 6'1" guard Kendrick Perry out of Youngstown State University. Had 28 points the last time these two teams met. Ben Madgen in the backcourt. Number 1, 6'4" guard from Williamstown in South Australia or Augusta State University. Josh Childress, of course, the superstar. From Harbour City, California, a 6'8" forward out of Stanford University, and of course the NBA and the Greek League. A lot of Koreans here in the house as the Goyang Orions are introduced. Tommy Garlop, who's just been outstanding in the preseason so far, a 6'9" forward out from Perth and the University of California, Santa Barbara. And of course, starting at the 5 spot for the Kings, number 4, Angus Brand, a 6'10" centre out of Oregon State University. Backing up the Kings, and it's a pretty solid bench led by Jason Kadee, 6'1" guard from Sydney. Daniel Joyce is playing guard, of course. He was the 10th man on the roster, born in Melbourne, Victoria, but out of the Wollongong Association. Josh Dunker making his return to the Brick Pit, of course, a 6'11" centre from Sydney out of Richmond University. Kevin White, one of the great role players on the Sydney Kings, a 6'4" guard out of Sydney via the University of Alaska Anchorage. Cody Ellis, of course, 6'8" forward, expecting big things from Cody this season, son of Perth Wildcat legend Mike Ellis from St Louis University, a 6'9" forward. Then the development players for the Sydney Kings tonight, Ben Kierans, James Trustham from the Central Coast Association, and Madol Chol, a 6'8", very athletic Sudanese Australian forward. The second one that the Kings have actually signed in the last couple of seasons, and you can hear the roar behind me. So as they're introducing the Kings, Kendrick Perry getting a huge roar. We'll just go through a few things for you. Just want to remind everybody once again to check out the Game Time Sydney Kings Twitter feed on @SydneyKings. And if you want to get involved, the hashtag is KingsVKorea. Our social media guru, Lyndon Smith-Hyde, will also be posting regular updates on Twitter and Facebook. Also check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Sydney Kings. And don't forget to visit the Sydney Kings website, www.sydneykings.com. Also check out our Sydney Kings Radio Facebook page and the Sydney Kings Lion Facebook page. He is the best mascot in the National Basketball League. And of course, remember the NBL website, www.nbl.com.au. NBL, bring it. But right now we're going to pause for the national anthems of both the Republic of Korea and Australia. All right, so national anthems of both Korea and Australia. Both teams sort of going into a huddle at either end of the floor here. And we're just going to continue with the warm-up. It looks like they're going to switch ends for the remainder of this warm-up. So just want to remind everybody too, the Mighty Might Sydney Kings are holding their Family Fun Day at the All Sorts Basketball Factory in Burke Road, Alexandria. That's on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 14th of September, from 12 till 3. So for those fans out there and Sydney Kings members, those that have already purchased their memberships before August 31st will be able to collect their membership packs at the Family Fun Day. And it's going to be a great day. All the Kings will be there. The Lion will be in attendance. There's lots of prizes, giveaways, competitions, you name it. It's a great venue. All the boys will be there. So if you're in the area, if you've got, bring the family along. It's a fantastic day. All the people in the Kings front office, Lorraine Landon, Byron, Katrina, Nicola do a fantastic job in setting it all up. So all the boys will be there. Josh Childress will be in the house. Kendrick Perry will be in the house. Benny Madgen will be in the house. So come along and say hello. Plenty of opportunities for autographs and photos. It's going to be a great afternoon. Once again, the Sydney Kings Family Fun Day at All Sorts Basketball Factory from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. on Sunday, the 14th of September. So, as customary, of course, on Sydney Kings TV and Sydney Kings Radio, it's time to do our shout-outs. My 49ers, Brad Rosen, tells me all the time. But firstly, of course, from me to Mitch Ivey of Tune FM in Armidale. Again, it's great partnering with Tune FM for another season, and good evening to everyone listening in the New England region, whether it be Armidale or Tamworth, Muswellbrook or Scone. To all the Kings fans who couldn't be here tonight, and unfortunately it's not the biggest of stadiums, and the numbers have been limited. It is a sellout, has been for some time. We certainly hope you enjoy the coverage. To Leonie Wrightson, her husband Tim, and sons Travi and Liam listening in this evening. Anna and Bruce Coxon out in Blaxland in the Blue Mountains. Hi, Myanmar and Panpar. And of course my beautiful girl Rachel Coxon, who can't make it today, and unfortunately she missed her birthday shout out. She had a birthday on Sunday, so once again, happy birthday to Rachel, my boss, my beautiful girl. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to send a special shout out to a young man called Eric Barrett. I know I've talked about him, but it's such a great story. He's a young man in the Central Coast, and he's been an amazing person and an incredible inspiration to so many people. For those who don't know Eric, and I've said it before, but there's not many of you who don't know him. He was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when he was just 2 weeks old, and he really wasn't supposed to live very long, let alone survive. But he did. He fought on. He didn't learn to walk until he was 12 years old, through the help of his amazing family, his wonderful mother Karen, who does such a great job, and a trainer named Luke, who essentially turned his life around. Eric's now 15. He's walking unaided. He is an assistant coach for the Central Coast Crusaders in the second tier Waratah League. He does some work with the Sydney Kings as well, and he's loved by everybody. And what he'll be doing around about the time of his 16th birthday is doing the Harbour Bridge climb, which is 1,400 steps for those of you in Korea, our most famous icon of Australia. He'll be walking that, it's an amazing thing that he's doing. He's going to do it for charity. Now, the charity is the Donica Clark Foundation. The aim of the Donica Clark Foundation is to offer financial and moral support to young athletes across all sports from the Central Coast region of New South Wales. And you can donate to Eric's charity by going to his website, www.ericsgiveback.com.au. That's www.ericsgiveback.com.au. And again, it's a great cause. He does tremendous work, so I urge everyone listening to go to the website and donate today. So to all of you, oh, and one other I forgot, the great man Brad Rosen, who normally would be with me tonight, but unfortunately Nicky has locked him up and thrown away the key. So he's got no way out of his house. He's stuck there. To him, to his lovely wife Nicky, and to the other members of the great Rosen clan, Warren Rosen, his beautiful wife Linda, and son Jordan, the man. Hello to everybody out there, and hope you enjoy our coverage tonight. And I do hope, with a minute to go, that my broadcast partner will manage to fight his way through this traffic. Nonetheless, we will continue. Both teams just getting final instructions, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Kings approach this. Of course, Saturday, once again a reminder, 4:30 we'll be on air, 4:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon from Mossvale. We will be on air at 4:15, so it's a special Saturday afternoon game between the Sydney Kings and the Wollongong Hawks. If you're not going to Mossvale, you cannot afford to miss that. Doesn't matter if it's a preseason game. It doesn't matter that there's nothing on the line. There's always something on the line when the Kings and the Hawks play, even if it's only early bragging rights. And of course, remember, last season the Hawks swept the Kings in 4 regular season games and knocked them out of playoff contention in the second to last game of the season. So there's always going to be some extra spice in these matchups. Both teams just coming, as you can see, out to the court. And as we said, Kings starting, actually there's been a change, and it's good to see Josh Dunker is going to make this, he's going to have the start at his old stomping ground, which is great to see. So Dunker, Garlip, Childress, Perry and Madgen will start for the Mighty Might Sydney Kings. Josh Dunker is going to jump centre against Troy Gillenwater. And here we go. They step to the half court. And tip is controlled by Childress. Cross court pass, Madgen wide open. Here we go. Just launches a tray and hits the side of the backboard. Here come the Goyang Orions. Nice pass inside, and they lay it up and in through Hyunmoon Lee. He scores, and it's 2-0 to the Orions. Just something to keep in mind. You might notice they're using different balls tonight. This is the balls the Koreans use in their Korean league. A little bit unfamiliar for the Kings. Garlip with 8 on the shot clock, and he's fouled. Fouled by Doo-Soo Kim. And first team foul for Goyang. It'll be Childress to inbound, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Perry. Young man Hoban Ham, who Perry basically torched up in Terrigal for 28 points. 7 on the shot clock. Garlip lays it off to Perry. He's going to operate. Perry elevates, hangs, scores! There's that amazing hang time this young man has, and he ties it at 2. 2 apiece. 9:06 left in the opening period. Looking, trying to find Gillenwater inside. He sets a pick initially, sets another one on Childress. He's open. Steve finds Jang. Jang goes in. Wild shot, no good. Rebound to Kendrick Perry, and here come the Sydney Kings. Perry open floor, so dangerous. Just throws it up, and he's fouled by the young man Hoban Han. Check that. That was Jonggil Lim. His first, Goyang's second. Perry at the line for 2. And knocks it down. Young man out of Youngstown State University. Second one is good. Kendrick has 4, and the score is 4-2. 8:43 left in the opening period here from the Brick Pit in Thornleigh. Matt McQuaid with you on Sydney Kings TV. Kim with the ball. Looking for Han, now he's looking for Jang inside. Jang now faces up. Garlop staying right with him. Launches one, back iron, no good, and looks like that's a foul on Troy Gillenwater, or have they called it on Josh Dunker? No, they called it on Dunker. He's holding Gillenwater down on the boards. Gillenwater just so strong inside. His first and team's first. Good defense by the Kings inside, but Gillenwater manages to grab it and rejected initially by Childress. Then he tries to save it. Childress gets it ahead of the pack. Garlop's got it inside. He's got a huge height advantage. Foul, no call, but he scores anyway. Tommy Garlop with 2. Kings lead is 4, 6-2. And just a shout out to Brooke, Hayden and Cooper as well. Guys, I know you're watching. I hope you enjoy it tonight. And it will be the youngster Han to inbound the ball. Lim with the ball, back to Han. Getting a pick from Perry, splits a double team. Launches one from the elbow, no good. Big rebound, Dunker. And here come the Kings. Childress setting the pick for Kendrick Perry. Gets it back. He's looking for Garlop, he can't find him. Josh Childress just attacks and is fouled. Koreans are complaining, Goyang Orions complaining here that he just tripped over his own feet, but they're saying they got a piece of him. The Orions not happy with the call at all. They call a foul on Doosu Kim. That's his second foul. And they're going to inbound it to Garlop. Here's Tommy Garlop. Faces up, fires, yes! Tom Garlop has 4 and the Kings lead is 6. It's 8-2. Good start from the Sydney Kings. They get it down low to the big man, Gillenwater. He's going to operate. Childress comes to double quickly. Kick it out. Now they've got to look at a 3 wide open. That's short. Big rebound. Kendrick Perry skies for it. Kings are running 4 on 3. Perry to Madgen. Madgen's got the lane. Layup is good. So quick start for the Kings. 10-2. Madgen has 2. 7:13 left in the opening period here from the Brick Pit in Thornleigh. Hahn with possession. Now Lim. Lim attacks the middle. Good defense by Madgen. Gillenwater's going to jack a 3. That's short. Big rebound by Childress. Cleaning the glass at the defensive end. Here's Perry. Perry hang time. Sort of forced that one and missed. And rebound to Josh Childress. Great rebound from Josh. And he drew the foul from Troy Gillenwater. And that's his first personal foul. That's the team's 4th. So the next time they'll be in the penalty. Tommy Garlop with possession. Looking for Childress. He's got a mismatch. Finds Dunker. Dunker attacks. Gillenwater off the window is good with a nice little right-hand hook. Great shot, Josh Dunker, and it's 12-2. Kings lead is double figures, 6:33 left in the opening period. And travel, got away with it, almost stolen by Perry with those long arms. Gillenwater goes up and rattles it home. Troy Gillenwater has his first 2. And it's 12-4. 6:10 left. Here's Madgen. Call a foul on Jongyil Lim. It's 12-4. I can't hear myself, James. Up. 6:09 left in the opening period. Madgen at the line for 2. First one is good. Second one coming up for the captain of the Sydney Kings. Ball in the air and misses, but he's going to have more free throw practice the Orions were in too early that time. A bit of early frustration on the Orion bench. And Gillenwater is being spoken to here by the officials. Not very happy. Troy's had some choice words to him by the look of it. Here's Madgen at the foul line. Ball in the air, short. 1 or 2 for Ben. 13-4. 6:06 left in the opening period here from the Brick Pit in Hornsby. The Kings showing man. Kim with the ball. Finds Gillenwater. Hand travel, got away with it again. That's a travel that time. They've got to call that every day. And John Gil Lim turns the ball over. Got a substitution. It'll be Charles Garcia coming into the ball game to replace Troy Gillenwater. But early on, Sydney's defence, very solid. Here's Perry. Gives it up to Garlop. Now right side to Madgen. Going baseline. Kicks it out to Garlop. Quickly to Perry. Koreans are going to man. Madgen coming off a curl. Fires. Yes! All the way. Great feed and a great find by Kendrick Perry. 3 points to Benny Madgen, and it's 16-4. Kings out to a flyer. 5:25 left in the opening period here from the Brick Pit in Thornleigh. Perry's long arms almost stealing the ball that time. Jang with possession. Finding Kim. Kim getting a pick. Now finds 3 ball in the air, misses. That was Lim with a shot. Rebound dunker, here come the Kings. Poor pass from Perry that time, they steal it. Here's Kim on the break, layup good. A turnover from Kendrick Perry, and they convert down the other end. Kings quickly in offense. Childress looking to isolate and go 1-on-1. Instead he finds Garlop. Garlop ripped through, going baseline. No look, pass to Dunker, and he finishes with a layup. What a play, Tom Garlop, super feed inside. And Josh Dunker finished, and that will be a timeout on the floor. So we've got a timeout here. 4:42 left in the opening period. It's the Kings 18, the Orion 6. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're listening to Sydney Kings Basketball on Sydney Kings TV. Welcome back to the Brick Pit. Score again is Mighty Might Sydney Kings 18, Goyang Orions 6. Kings currently led by Ben Madgen. He's got 6. Kendrick Perry, Tommy Garlop and Josh Dunker have got 4 apiece. Josh Childress only taken the 1 shot, hasn't scored, has a couple of rebounds and an assist. Kings shooting 70% from the field. A lot of those on the inside. And the Koreans currently struggling just at 3 of 11. The rebound count favouring the Kings 7-5. 4:42 left in the opening period here. Kings showing some pressure up the floor. Kevin White's into the ball game now, replacing Ben Madgen. More defence coming in. And you've got to figure Coach Cotter is going to rotate his players pretty heavily tonight. Garcia well beyond his range. Good spin move, spectacular. That's a great spin move from Charles Garcia. Just blew right past the Kings D and scored off the window, 18-8. Super move, Garcia. Koreans now looking to be in a bit of a zone, and they're going to trap the ball carrier every chance they get. There's a double. Garlop. And throws it out of bounds, so the Goyang Orions upping the defensive intensity and forcing the turnover as Cody Ellis and Angus Brandt come into the game to replace, looks like Kendrick Perry and Josh Dunker. No, check that, Perry's still out there. So we've got Ellis and Brandt on the floor. Gallups out with Dunker. So Gallup and Dunker out. Here's Lee finding Garcia, who just had a great move inside. Now he's going to launch it from 20. That's off. Rebound Perry. Here come the Kings. Head of the pack, Kevin White. Kevin White attacking the hoop. Poor shot. And he turns it over. The Orions have got a 2-on-1 break. And there's a foul. They attack the hoop. Call the foul on Kendrick Perry. And so, not quite sure. I believe that's Park wearing the 23. The live stats are showing him as having number 12. No, check that. That's Sung, so number 11 into the game. And he's 11 on the live stats. So for those of you looking at the live stats, he's wearing number 23. He misses the first free throw. Second free throw coming up. 3:34 left. Kings up by 10. And that's banked in off the window, if you don't mind. And we've seen that a couple of times from the Orions. They show some pressure. They definitely up the intensity defensively. Here's Perry finding Madgen. He's looking for Brand in the high post. Can't find him. Koreans definitely upping it. They're putting severe pressure on the ball carrier. Here's Perry, though. Finds his way into the paint. Floater is good. Kendrick Perry. What a play. 20-9, 3:07 left in the opening period. And here's the youngster Lee launching it and scoring and hitting an 18-footer. Nice shot. 20-11, 2:55 left in the opening period here. Perry finding White. Grant just playing high post at the moment. He's got Ellis on one wing. Ellis double team, now attacks it and he's fouled by Garcia. It's a hands foul and they're going to call that every time. That's going to send Cody Ellis to the line for 2 shots. It's Garcia's first. Once again, the Orions are in the penalty. Jason Cadee sees his first action of the ball game, replacing Kendrick Perry, who once again so tough. He's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Kendrick in an impressive opening. Free throw is good from Cody Ellis. Once again, my broadcast partner, unfortunately, is stuck in Sydney traffic. Hopefully he'll join us from the second quarter as Ellis makes both. And it's 21-11. 2:40 left in the opening period. Here the Orions. Yeah, they've just changed it. It is 22-11. Yeah, wide open look at a 3, in and out. But they grab the offensive board through Jang. And they're going to reset. Gillenwater into the game again. Gillenwater right hand. Scoop shot is good. The big man hits it and it's 22-13. 2:14 left in the opening period. Cadee having some problems with his ball handling there. Almost loses it, but they save it. Imagine with some big ball pressure. Nice inside feed to Brandt. Left hand hook shot from the big man. And Angus Brandt knocks it down. It's 24-13, 1:57 left in the opening period. Here's Lee, guarded by Cadee. Gillenwater comes to set a pick. They're looking for Gillenwater. They find him on the inside. He's got a big mismatch on Ellis, and Ellis fouls him underneath. And Gillenwater just so active. Again, 33 points and 9 boards the last time these two teams met in Terrigal last Friday. Big, athletic, extremely strong, and once again, he's going to cause some problems. He's got 4 in the ball game as he misses the first. And second one coming up, and it's good. Substitution for the Orions coming into the game is Kang Sun Kim. And it'll be Kings possession. Leading by 10, 24-14, 1:36 left in the opening period. Here's Kadee finding White. They're looking for Magin on a curl. They can't find him. Now they get it to Ellis. Looking inside for Angus Brand. Cross court. Here we go. Kadee. Quick pass to Ellis. Quick pass. Magin. Corner. Tray. And it's short this time. Rebound Lee. Here come the Orions. Great defensive recovery from Magin. Snuffed out that fast break. Finds White to Ellis. No look. Pass to Magin. Rejected. What a great play. Jang rejected it. Magin thought he had an open look, but Jang was there. Here they come on the break. Up faking a three is Lee. Now here's Gillenwater on the trail, and he hits a triple, and he cuts the margin to 7 with 55 seconds left. It's Sydney 24, Goyang 17. Now the Koreans starting to make a run. And this is exactly what happened in Terrigal. They hung around and gave the Kings everything they could handle. Here's Kadee. They're looking for Brandt. He's banging bodies inside with Gillenwater. Now they find White. He's looking for Magin. He finds him. Magin turns down 3. Nice look inside to Brandt and misses in and out, but grabs his rebound and stuffs it home. Big dunk by Angus Brandt on the offensive board, and it's 26-17 with 30 seconds left. Here's Lee with possession. Now Gillenwater well beyond 3. And there's a travel again. We saw a lot of those travels in Terrigal. They don't call them much. Gillenwater faces up, launches it. Back iron, no good. Rebound Kevin White. Here come the Kings with time. 4 seconds. 3, 2. White goes into the paint. Fade away, and that's a poor shot from Kevin White. Airball, missed everything. But that's the end of a very entertaining first period here at the Brick Pit with the score. The Mighty Might Sydney Kings 26, the Goyang Orions 17. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV. Welcome back to the Brick Pit here in Thornleigh, where you score again at the end of the first period is the Mighty Might Sydney Kings 26, the Goyang Orions 17. We're waiting on stats. Unfortunately, they're just getting them now. So Sydney shooting 56% from the field in that period, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. They're led by Kendrick Perry, who has 6 points. Ben Magin also with 6. Josh Childress yet to score. He's only taken the 1 shot, played 6 minutes. Angus Brand has 4 points, including that big dunk. Tommy Garlop with 4 and Josh Dunker with 4. For the Orions, they shoot just 39% from the field in that first period. They're led by Troy Gillenwater, not surprisingly. He's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. And Kim Dusu Kim has 4 points. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Just about to get the second period underway here. Waiting for the halftime clock to run down. And it'll be Kim to inbound the ball to Lee. And here we go. Lee pushes off Perry. His harassment is obvious already. He's going to be a real pest defensively. Tries to fight over the screen, and it's a foul has been called. Call a foul on Perry for a hold. That's his second, team's first of the period, with just 12 seconds gone. The lead to inbound the ball. Quick pass inside. Good defense. Perry steals it. No look, steal that time. Here's Perry. Crosses over. Eurostep. Reverse layup is good. Kendrick Perry, spectacular move. Once again, he's got 8, and the Kings lead is double figures again. It's 28-17. Down low to Gillenwater against Brandt. Gillenwater blocked by Brandt. Great rejection from Angus that time. Here comes Perry pushing it up the floor. Cross-court pass to Kadee. No look pass to Magid. Angus Brandt now from 15. That's back iron, no good. And 3 Koreans almost deny each other the ball. But they managed to get it now. Gillenwater tries to rip through, but it's knocked out of bounds as we welcome finally my broadcast partner, Bruce Bolden, who once again has been done in by Sydney traffic.
Apologies. Yeah, Sydney traffic and another little domestic issue. I won't go into details.
That's fine. That's fine. Not a problem.
Things we have to do, but I'm here. I'm late, but I'm excited because game so far has been very impressive with the Sydney Kings, and you know it's probably a sign of some positive things to come. So better late than never.
Kang Sin Kim knocks down a triple, and it's 28-20. 8:35 left to halftime. Here's Perry. Finds Gallup. Nice pass. Gallup fakes, goes and scores.
Nice move. Nice move.
He's been impressive in the preseason, Bruce.
He has, you know, and I'm still impressed with, you know, the fact that they are looking at that high action there. You know, if it's high-low or even attacking the basket like he was just doing. So it's probably going to be an extra 10-plus points to their offense this year.
They're looking for Kim on the curl, and they find him. Kadee all over him. Good defense. 7 on the shot clock, but they find Gillenwater down low. Gillenwater's strength just tips it in, just overpowers Brandt in the low post.
Yeah, he showed that last Friday in the Central Coast, and not surprised to see that again. Nice move.
Oh, ooh. Brandt rejected by Jang.
Yeah.
Here come the Orions. Kick it out. Now Lim Seng with an open look at 3, and we know they can shoot it.
Yeah.
So Sung knocks it down, and it's now a 5-point ball game, 30-25. So the Kings were up by as much as 12 earlier on, Bruce, but the Koreans are hanging around just as they did up in Terrigal.
Well, you know how they are. Anytime there's a missed basket, they are looking to run at every opportunity. They're not really going to attack the basket, you know, if they have one of their players running the lane that could possibly spot up and shoot the 3 as it did just now. So, you know, I think the Kings, what they need to make sure that their offenses are fairly high in terms of possibility of executing. So therefore, it doesn't allow for them to get out in the transition game, because we know the half-court game they struggle. They like to run.
Josh Childress yet to score in the game. Bruce just started, played 6 minutes, and once again playing very much within himself, setting picks, getting on the glass. It's really refreshing, to be honest with you, to see someone who's obviously so gifted, has played at the highest of levels, you know, an all-NBA, all-rookie pick. In the, you know, an NBA first-round draft pick, and he's obviously intent on fitting in. We know what he can do. He showed that on Monday night.
Well, I think we all know what he can do. He knows what he can do, and it's not an urgency for him. I think he's probably best at taking his time and getting himself in the mix of the team, and also giving them a chance to get a feel of what he's going to bring to the table as well. It's like they always say in basketball, don't force it. You know, let it come to you, and I'm sure that's what he's thinking about right now, and he probably don't want to be forcing too much on his teammates.
Orion showing pressure up the floor, but the Kings break it. Here's Childress back in the game now. Finds Gallup on the elbow. Tommy Gallup, very impressive again. Again, that speed. The right-hand floater is good.
All day long. All day long, because what happens is Angus comes to that strong side where he's at, which just clears it out for him to take that one dribble floater.
Gallup with 8. Kings lead again is 7, 32-25. 7:05 left to halftime. Sung with the ball, swings it. Now they find Lee for 3. That's short. Here comes Perry. Kings are running. It's 4-on-3. Perry hangs in the air, finds Joyce into the game now. Now they look to set up in the low post. They double team Brandt. He splits it, and he's fouled. And he's been aggressive early too, Bruce.
Well, that was good. I like the fact that he looked to split it, and I think he sort of felt that he wasn't going to be able to pass it out of the double. So, right idea to split it as long as he kept the ball under control as he did.
Perry finds Brandt. Now Garlett well beyond 3. Perry. Oh, Garlett, top of the key. Yes! Tommy Garlett, double figures. He's got 10.
Love to see that. Tommy Garlett, he's gonna have a field day at that free throw line, that 10 to 12 foot range.
Garlett 5 of 5 from the field early, so he's on fire. And he's Sung. Good defense. Kings now falling back into his zone. Now they go to man. Gillenwater just faces up, launches it, and buries it right in Brandt's face.
That's tough. All Brandt can do is just get a hand up, and, you know, because you don't want him to put it on the floor.
Now Childress with a wide open 3, and he's got it. Josh Childress opens his account with a triple, and it's 37-27, 10-point lead, 5:58 left to halftime.
Yeah, I was very surprised that he was that wide open, and naturally he had to take that jump shot.
Here's, yeah, they're dump, looking for the dump. He was thinking he was going to shoot. It was Kim Du-Soo. Gillenwater wasn't looking at it, and he threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, well, you know, rightly so. He went up into the shooting action like he was getting ready to, you know, try to make a bucket there. But, you know, that's that saying, you know, don't jump unless you're going to shoot it.
Kings lead by 10. Perry with possession. And Korean Goyang team going back into a, looks like they're junking it up a little bit, Bruce. Now they're in a bit of a trapping zone. But Childress kicks it out. Here's Daniel Joyce, finds Garlett. Garlett with 7 on the shot clock, launches it, misses, so that's his first miss. Look at Childress go, attack the boards, and the Kings come away with it. Dunker, great pass. Tommy Garlett through the lane, misses. Tip controlled by Dunker. He scores, and the crowd loves it.
Nice tip back for the local boy, the Hornsby boy.
Once again, you've got to love the effort of Josh Childress, Bruce, on the boards at both ends.
Yeah, you know, he's going to be that way this year. He's got that nice frame where he can get in there and crash the offensive boards, and he probably realized there was some easy baskets for him.
Draws the foul as well, so he earns a trip to the line. Dunker with 6. Kings back out to a 12-point lead after the Koreans cut it to 5. And that's one thing we've seen in the preseason, Bruce, is that every time teams have made a run, and again, we temper it by saying it's not NBL opposition, but still, it is opposition of any kind, they seem to have a response to it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember it's early days, and I like the fact that they do respond to situations like that, because, you know, once the season starts, they're going to be faced with that same situation, and they're going to have to react to it in a positive and an aggressive way.
3-point play to Josh Dunker. He's 3 of 3 hit from the field for his 7 points, and the Kings lead is back to 13. It's 40-27, 5:11 left, and now Daniel Joyce has been called for the foul. Hoban Hand looking for the rip through, and Joyce fouled him. That's his first, team's second. 5:10 left to half time. Now Chu is in the game. And the Koreans going very deep into their bench. Didn't see Chu in Terrigal. Here's Hahn. They double team him quickly. Kicks it out to Garcia's in the game now. Looking down low, fumbles it out of bounds. Another turnover. A good defense from the Kings, Bruce. They're trapping, and they're jumping out to the ball carriers.
Well, you know, the good thing about it is the pressure that's really keeping.
Oh, Childress hangs in the air for an eternity. Somehow finds Perry. Kings will reset, 14 on the shot clock. Tommy Garlett has been hot. Good defense by Garcia, and Garlett fumbles it away. 2
good defensive possessions back-to-back there.
Swipe the sweat off the ball. Joyce, 10th man for the Kings this year. Looking to show that he deserves some minutes. It's going to be a little bit tough in this team, Bruce, with the quality of the backcourt.
Yeah, you know, it's probably going to be one of their deeper teams in a while.
Now Orions knocked down a tray. Kim Du-Soo hits it. Here's Childress, goes into the paint so easily and scores off the window.
Nice step through on it.
42-30, 4:10 left to half time. Garcia with possession. Sees a gap, spin move, goes into the paint, throws it up, short. Rebound Garlop. Kings have got numbers. Perry sprinting down the court. Changes gears, is fouled, throws it up. No, almost banked it in. Oh, he's going to earn himself a trip to the line for 2 on the continuation.
No, I would say it was before the shot.
No, before the shot. I was going to say that would have been one long continuation.
I think Josh should have a little quiet chat with him because Josh was open in the paint there, and I think Kendrick just saw an opportunity to try to finish it, but maybe an easy option was to get in there at Josh, and that opportunity for Kendrick to go coast to coast will open up later.
Just looking at Coach Cotter, he's just taking Kendrick out, and I think he's going to have a word to him about that very thing, Bruce, as Jason Kadee comes on to replace him.
Yeah.
Here's Kadee now finding Joyce. Left-hand dribbles, looking for Garlop now. He's fouled heavily. Koreans theatrically flop to the floor, but they've called the foul on the Goyang Orions player, Doo-Soo Kim. That's their 4th team foul of the period. Kings just with a 2, leading by 12, and it'll be Childress to inbound the ball. And here, Coach Cotto from across the court barking out instructions. They double team Kadee, they triple team him. Someone's open, they turns it over almost. No, they save it. Good play by Garcia.
Yeah.
They've got a wide open look at 3, turns it down, goes into the paint, throws up a wild shot that misses, but there's a foul.
Good intensity, Matt. I think I think the Korean team felt that they probably can pull themselves a victory tonight after after Friday. They probably come in here very confident, just making some adjustment, keep their intensity really high, and they're very aggressive offensively.
They call the foul on Daniel Joyce, and he's taken out of the game, replaced by Kevin White. And it'll be Hoban Hahn to shoot 2. Left-hander. Takes a few dribbles. And makes the first, rattles home. Kings going with Kadee, White, Childress, Garlop, and Josh Dunker at the moment. 2 of 2 at the line for Hand. It's a 10-point game, 42-32.
They're pressing up.
Yeah, they're looking to really press, and there's a foul. And Garcia, very angry. He's close to getting a technical here. He's furious at the referee.
He's unlucky. He's unlucky.
He's very close to getting a technical here. That's going to put Jason Kadee on the line as the Orions are in the penalty. Bruce, I guess it's difficult coming from a league where, clearly the rules are defined a little bit differently or interpreted a little bit differently is probably more accurate. And then coming to this league where hand checking now is such a focus.
Well, when you are a touring team, you have to understand that you are in another country. The things that are going to be totally different. You just have to make the adjustments. You can't get caught up into the ref calling it the style of play that's here in Australia, or the new, with the new rules in place. I think it's just something that they're used to, but it's a case where they have to stay focused in order for them to give themselves a chance to win this ball game.
1 of 2 at the line for Kadee, 43-32. And Hand just falls down. They're claiming he was pushed, no call. 2 up fakes, they attack, nice pass inside. Garcia blocked by Duncan, but there's a foul. And one of the Orions players saying looks like he's caught a shot to the ribs, Bruce. Either that or just looks a little winded. He's just on the floor. He might be able to see that. And in the meantime, Garcia, who went for the stuff but was rejected by Brandt but blocked, fouled underneath. And it will be big man out of Seattle University. He's had several stops in the D-League over the years. Has played in Spain, played in Bahrain, which is rather exotic, Bruce.
Yeah.
Shows there's a basketball league in every country in the world practically.
Well, you know what? Wherever the game is, you have the opportunity to go there, you will. And as they say, that's for the love of the game.
Garcia, one of the young men who thought he was going to get drafted, unfortunately didn't happen, but certainly has that prototypical size and athleticism, Bruce.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say the only thing that's holding him back is, you know, his size. He's more of a three-man these days. He don't have that three-man skills.
1 or 2 at the line, 43-33. Koreans now just looks like they're just attacking the ball carrier.
Yeah, they just being overly active. No particular D to clarify.
Gallup up fakes a 3. No look pass, Childress floated good. What a play.
Yeah.
Up fake the 3, saw an open Childress, found him, and the Sydney Kings score and move out to a 12-point lead, 45-33. Garcia in the paint now, facing up against Childress. Goes hard to the rack, foul, and misses the shot, but he'll go to the line. Fouled by, I believe it'll be on Josh Childress, and it is.
Yeah.
That's his first personal foul. Both teams in the penalty, but it's a 2-shot foul for Garcia once again at the line. And Madgen's come into the game to replace Childress as Garcia hits the first. 2:34 left, and margin pretty much hovering around the 10 to 11 mark, Bruce, for most of this period.
Yeah, it's one where the Kings, you know, have somewhat of a comfortable lead, but at the same time, they can't sit on it because rest assured, you know, the opposition have plenty of energy in the tank that they're going to bring out in the second half.
Garcia missed the shot, but it gets another Kings win early, and he doesn't make him pay. And now there's a foul on Dunker.
Jeez, that was some acting there.
And that was, that was your classic theatrical flop from the Orions player, Chu Jung-kyu. That'll be Dunker called for the foul. And unfortunately for Josh, that's his third.
And that ended up being two shots.
Yeah, Kings in the penalty.
This is one of those situations where, you know, it's a swing of momentum, you know, with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. You know, I'm sure Damon want to go into the locker room with a double-figure lead as it stands at the moment.
Makes the first. Second one coming up. Once again, big Korean contingent, and good evening to everybody watching in South Korea. I hope you're enjoying the action. 2 of 2 at the line, and it's back to 9. And now, the referee just telling both Garcia and Ellis to cool it a little bit.
It's getting a little feisty out there.
It is.
You know, very competitive. Korean team, they thinking, well, we're not gonna give up 2 losses in a row. We're gonna make you work for it.
Ellis. Koreans pressing, and the Kings turn it over. That big intensity really picking up here. Garcia just attacks the hoop and is fouled, falls to the ground, and just steps over Ellis, and this is getting very physical out here. Both teams, it's getting very chippy at the moment, Bruce.
Yeah. It's, you know, there's some sparks there that are starting to fly. I don't mind it. It's good for the spectators.
Good for the Kings as well.
Yeah.
They have to face this.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
The Orions have definitely upped the intensity at both ends of the floor, and Sydney has to respond to it.
Well, and there's a little bit of trash being talked to. I saw Jason have a little word to him as well before he shoot his free throws.
In and out.
Now they'll have a little bit more chatter to him than he missed his first one. Don't you just love it?
And he makes the second. And it's 8 points, 45-37.
Timeout.
And Coach Cotter calls a timeout, and we'll keep it right here. Sydney 45, Goyang 37. And Bruce, what are you looking for in the next couple of minutes for the Kings? I mean, obviously they've upped the ante, as we've talked about defensively. The pressure is really intense at the moment, and Kings look like just a little bit out of sync right now?
Well, Damon will be telling them just to maintain your composure. He'll also be diagramming how to, get past the press. They Goyang just put a press on them and got a turnover out of it. So the Kings need to make some adjustments there. At the same time, the Kings need to be precise on their offense. Now Goyang is throwing a mixture of defenses at them, where it be a 2-1-2, 1-2-2-2-3. They are changing it up, and I think the Kings just need to, in that situation, find the gaps, continue to go inside, to score some easy baskets.
And it's good to see Damien rotating heavily. I mean, all 10 players have seen, quite a bit of court time already.
Well, you know what? It's preseason. He's giving these guys a chance to really show, what they're going to bring to the team this year, and that's a great thing, because it's not going to be a case where they didn't have the opportunity. He'll eventually work out rotations a little bit closer to the regular season.
Ball back in play with Kadee. Now, seeing some of that intense pressure. Here's Madgen to White. It's in the high block to Brandt, quickly to White. Madgen's open. 6 on the shot clock. Brandt is going to launch a 3, top of the key, and that's short. Rebound Garcia.
Now that possession wasn't a good one. You don't want Angus coming out of timeout shooting the 3-pointer.
Look a bit confused by the defense at the moment. Spin move by Garcia. Throws a wild shot and it falls. Great play by Charles Garcia, and it's a 6-point ball game, 45-39. Now Madgen wide open, 3-ball in the air, bang.
Good, killer. That's how you settle Goyang. Now Kings need to have a good defensive set right here. They need to get a stop to regain the tempo of the game.
Here's the hand getting it to Garcia. He's got a running jump at it, goes hard to the rack and rattles home. Too athletic and strong for Angus Brandt that time.
They need to figure out in his game that he'd like to spin.
Garcia, it seems like his only move, isn't it, Bruce?
Yeah.
That spin move in the paint. It's been effective though, 48-41. White, cross-court pass. Madgen almost steals it from Ellis, actually. Ellis, nice pass inside. Brandt will finish that, and he does.
Good finish.
So the last couple of times, Bruce, much better execution in the half court from the Sydney Kings.
Well, they just have to understand that they need to maintain some spacing. Luckily, they did get the ball into Angus, but quick ball movement, with a purpose. Get the ball up top, look inside. When you look inside, what it's going to do is open up the perimeter, because everyone is going to collapse inside, and that's why Mad's got the jumper in the corner there, and then that last one where he got the ball inside, Angus scored.
Of course, this is Sydney's 5th preseason game already, Bruce, and it's more than any other team in the NBL. They were the first team to play a preseason game, of course, against Eastern Kentucky, and with such a new group and a young group, how important is that to develop that cohesion and that chemistry?
Huge, and especially after the way things panned out last season. This season needs to be a fresh start, fresh mindset, fresh focus, and getting these games under their belt is definitely going to help that.
53.4 seconds left in the first half, and again, lots of things for the Kings to work on, breaking that pressure, and defensively, particularly the big guys, just having problems with Gillenwater and Garcia. And when you consider some of the talent they're going to face, this is great practice for the NBL proper. The likes of Daniel Kickett and Matty Knight in Perth.
Most certainly.
The NBL is so deep and so talented this year. It's looking to be one of the most competitive seasons on record. Meanwhile, it'll be Goyang possession, down 9, 50 seconds left in the half.
Now you can expect them to have come out with a particular play they're going to run. I like the fact that the Kings came out in the zone and even trapped in the corners just to throw Goyang off a little bit.
Here's Hahn, almost turns it over, fakes a 3. There's Kim, still Kim. He's going to have to launch it with 2 on the shot clock, and he banks it in. What do you do about that?
Nothing,
Did he call it?
Nothing more that Ben could have done with that.
Forced it up. It's 50-44, and the Korean bench is up as one.
So now what they need to do is just have some patience, run it down, and get a good shot off.
Shot clock and the game clock are almost identical. 12 seconds left. Magic. Cross court. Here's Kadee. 3-ball, and it rattles in and out. Rebound tapped, and it's out of bounds, so Sydney will retain possession with 4.8 seconds left. And Ben Madgen just asking Coach Cotter for the play.
Yeah, I thought he might have had a timeout on in his.
It'll be Madgen to inbound the ball. Finds Brandt. Back to Madgen. Madgen is going to launch it from the baseline. He's got it!
Nice shot.
Ben Madgen hits it at the buzzer. It's 2 only, foot on the line, but that is the end of a very entertaining first half here from the Brick Pit with a score. The Mighty Might Sydney Kings 52, the Goyang Orions 44, as both teams go to the benches, go to the change rooms, I should say. But Bruce, your thoughts are obviously on that second quarter. Bit chippy, bit physical, and the Orions have come to play tonight.
Well, it had some of everything in it, and you can expect that to be. You should expect more of that in the second half, and I'm sure Goyang is going to go in the locker room disappointed at how it finished, but at the same time happy the way they played in that second quarter. Kings need to make some adjustments, and one of those adjustments is maintaining their composure, not get rattled by the helter-skelter defense that Goyang is throwing at them. And also in that half-court set, they're going to have to slow down their imports.
They're isolating the big men one-on-one as often as possible. The Kings have to basically make a decision to double down, make them beat them from the perimeter.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their ruling is on it just yet. Based on what I've seen the last couple of games, it looks like it's kind of up to Angus to containing one-on-one with just token help because of the shooters on the perimeter. So, that is something they're going to have to make an adjustment with, because, as we've been speaking about the last 5 games, is when you have, your Matthew Knight that's very mobile against Angus, he's going to need some help, and that's the reality. So it's an adjustment that they're going to have to make. I think they're just kind of toying with how they're going to make that adjustment this year.
Okay, so before we take our halftime break, we'll run through the halftime stats for you. Once again, the score, the Kings 52, the Orions 44. The Kings shoot 60% from the field in the opening half,
wow.
So that was extremely impressive. Just 3 of 7 from 3, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. They're led by Ben Madgen, who has 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting, and Tommy Garlop, 10 points, made his first 5 shots, has 2 assists and a single rebound. Kendrick Perry, very impressive, 3 of 4 from the field. He's got 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. Josh Dunker, 3 of 3 from the field. He has 7 points and 4 rebounds. And Josh Childress, just a very quiet 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, hasn't forced anything, just been very efficient. The Orions shoot 50%, so they've upped it. They were at 39% in the first quarter. They're now at 50% from the game, 15 of 30 from the field. They're 5 of 11 from three-point range, 9 of 14 from the free throw line. Their imports have led the way. Troy Gillenwater has 12 points on 5 of 11 shooting, 8 rebounds for Gillenwater. Charles Garcia has been living at the free throw line, hasn't taken full advantage. He's only 3 of 6 there, but he's 3 of 5 from the field. He's got 9 points. Kim Du-Soo hit that big triple. He's got 7 for the Orions. The Kings leading the rebound count 16 to 13. Good stat for the Kings. They've got 11 assists on 21 field goals, which signifies that ball movement, which has been a hallmark of what they've done early on this preseason.
Yeah, and in that first half, only 5 turnovers.
Which is also impressive against that pressing D, although they did have a couple late in that second half.
One of the things that the Kings are continuing with is, points in the paint. They've pretty much been dominating that in the 5 preseason games and continuing that form tonight, and I'd like to see more of that in the second half.
Okay, so with that, there's about 6 minutes left until the end of the halftime break. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on Sydney Kings TV. Thornleigh. Just got about a minute left until the end of the halftime break. Once again, that score of the Kings 52, the Orions 44. What are we expecting in this third period, Bruce?
Well, I expect for Orion to, I expect them to come out with that same intensity, look to attack, and I wouldn't be surprised if they really look inside to go to the imports. The imports are very effective, and the Kings didn't really make an adjustment to it. And if Goyang get out and run, they're going to be really, really effective. So the Kings have to play some smart, disciplined basketball, and control the tempo. If they get caught up in their pressure, start taking quick shots and bad shots, it's just going to open up the game for Goyang.
When they've executed, as you say, Bruce, in the half court, they've looked very impressive. They're getting open looks. It's just a matter of executing through that pressure. And they will get those open shots. Yeah.
And, with all that said, the intensity that they are playing at, Goyang's playing at, is great for the Kings. To a point where the Kings are not going to be facing that same intensity week in and week out. It's going to fluctuate with highs and lows depending on the team, but for them to be facing 4 quarters of intense pressure like they're putting on them, it's not going to happen too often. So, Kings is going to be to their advantage to have played these 2 games against them.
We're underway in the second half. Kings go back to their starting unit, except with the exception of Angus Brandt. So this is their regular starting unit. Dunker started tonight in front of his home crowd, which was great to see. Perry, between his legs, fires short. Big offensive rebound, Garlop, and it was blocked out of bounds. What have we got here? One of the referees is saying it was just knocked out. The other referees found a foul. The baseline ref didn't see it.
No.
And they have
Sean had a different angle
on Jang. Sean Myers on the call there. It'll be Perry with a 14-second shot clock. Here's Magin. Green's come out. Ryan's come out in a man, and now we've got an offensive foul. Perry hits a 3, but it doesn't count. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that out of bounds play right there, Matt, took a little too long for me. It just didn't look fluent.
Now it's the Kings' turn to put some pressure up the floor. And the Koreans break it. Jang with the ball top of the key, guarded by Garlop. There's another travel by Lee. Don't call it. Quick pass. Here's Jang going hard to the basket. Offensive foul. And Magin draws it. But check that, it was Brandt. Still on the floor.
They bumped their class knees.
Yeah. And Angus Brandt gets up very gingerly.
Yeah, it's
rubbing his left knee, as you
that
see.
initial pain when knees clash, that's the worst. They're probably worried about Angus with his knees generally, but no, he'd be okay.
He's grimacing in pain there, and just having a word to Gillenwater.
Looks like it's swelled up already.
And here's Perry with possession. Childress will be on 3, looking for Magin, finds him left side. Still lots of pressure out there from the Orions. Garlop is coming to center pick. They double team Perry quickly. And there's a foul with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. We'll call the foul on Jang.
Goyang, they're being disruptive with their pressure D at the moment, and the Kings just haven't quite settled into their offense yet either.
Imagine to inbound the ball. Irons Perry. And Perry's going to set up the play. 11 on the shot clock. Here's Childress going baseline. Childress just throws up a floater that's short. Offensive rebound, Brandt, and he scores off the window.
Nice. Way to be in the right place at the right time.
First score of the second half. It's 54-44, 8:40 left in the third period. Now they've got an elbow jumper. Score it. Jang hits it. Back to 8, 54-46.
That was a good offensive set by them. They were pretty precise with that particular play.
Trying to deny Childress the ball, but he gets it from Perry. And Magin comes on a long curl. Still Madgen. Bump, no call. Angus Brandt is looking for Childress. 3 on the shot clock. Childress jacks at 3 ball and it's short. Rebound Gillenwater. Here come the Orions. And a foul has been called there. Childress, Josh Childress is going, oh, come on, man. That was another flop. Josh Childress is shaking his head. That's the theatrics of the career.
Yeah.
Kim Du-Soo went down like he was shot then. It's Josh's second personal foul. Gillenwater takes a couple of dribbles, hangs in the air, scores off the window, rattles home.
Yeah. Nice move.
Good at, I mean, he's such a big unit, but he's got terrific athleticism and hang time for a big man.
And a good touch.
Here's Childress, has to kick it to Perry quickly. Madgen's got a wide open look at 3, and that's just cash money from Ben Madgen.
Good patience in that one. You know, Kendrick recognized the next pass was the best option.
Oh, Gillenwater down low, fouled by Brand and score the basket.
Yeah.
So a breakdown defensively, and the Kings got burned. Angus Brandt with the foul. Gillenwater at the line for the and one.
Well, what happened? Angus Brandt got caught daydreaming. He wasn't keeping his eye on the ball. And credit to the point guard who recognized it straight away and threw the pass just past his ear.
Damien Cotter just having a couple of words with Angus as he hobbles to the bench, and obviously that knee still giving him a bit of problems.
Yeah.
Looks like Bruce, the Sydney Kings physio, is going to work on that. 3-point play from Gillenwater, and it's a 6-point ball game here, 57-51, 7:20 left in the third period. Orions playing a bit of a hybrid man, and Childress is thrown out by Gillenwater, but not before he earns himself a trip to the line for 2 on the foul. And that's Du-Soo Kim's 4th foul, with 7:11 left in the third period. And the young man, 31-year-old, I suppose you can call that young, but it's young for me.
Yeah, it's young. Trust me, it's young.
From Stanford University. And the highest, basically the first Stanford player ever to be taken as high as he was. Number 6 pick of the 2004 NBA draft.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those schools back in the day where it wasn't, known for high caliber ball players. That's changed these days. As with a lot of the colleges, it's just quality players all around the colleges these days.
1 of 2 at the line for Childress, 58-51. Now they're showing some pressure, manages to break it somehow. Childress and Perry saying we can press up too, and Perry's long arms almost he deflects it. Now they've got a 3 in the corner, that's short, rebound Garlop, fighting on the floor, and there's a foul. As Gillenwater dunks it, but the foul had already been called. No, check that. Looks like it must have been a kickball, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Sydney Kings have kicked the ball. No foul. Orion possession, 14 on the shot clock. They're looking for Gillenwater. They find him inside. He hangs, he fires, he's short. He fights for the board. He gets the offensive board, but he throws it right to Ben Madgen. Here's Madgen, one-on-one. Madgen is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. Call a foul on Hyunmoon Lee. 2 shots for the City Kings captain.
Yeah, he had no other choice. He didn't want to give him an open layup, so making him work for it on the free throw line, even though with Maz, they're pretty easy on the free throw line as well.
For his career, he's sort of hovered around the 80% mark, Bruce, but sort of recently he's just not quite got the rhythm from the charity stripe.
Oh, well, it's preseason. Mads is a professional. He'll work his way back into it.
I'm trying the reverse jinx here because he switched it. How many times have I said it, partner, over the years? Talk them up and they miss it. Talk them down and they make it. Watch this. Swish.
Yeah.
Didn't even touch the rim.
It worked. 2
of 2 at the line. Got to be more negative to imagine future. 60-51, 6:33 left in the third period. Yeah, it's Orions with a wide open look at three, but he misses. Big rebound. Kendrick Perry looking at him fly down the floor. Perry goes hard to the rack, looking for the dunk initially, and then changed his shot in mid-air, missed it.
I don't know why he didn't finish it.
Yeah, that was going to be one heck of a highlight reel. Now they throw it away. Jumps in the air with no one to pass to. Cardinal Sin and turns the ball over.
You know what? I like what he was thinking. He was thinking not the obvious, but it's just that the import wasn't thinking that.
Kevin White in the game now. Josh Childress taking his
Goyang,
seat.
it's going to zone.
Back in the zone. Here's Perry. They're looking to trap him. Here's Cody Ellis, who's been quiet. Haven't really seen too much of him. Goes hard to the rack, and he's fouled. And he's earned himself a trip to the line. Call a foul on Gillenwater. And that's his second personal foul. And already the Orions in the penalty. But it's a two-shot foul nonetheless for Cody Ellis. Hits the first. Second one coming up for the son of Perth Wildcat legend Mike Ellis. And graduate of St. Louis University, and he knocks it down. 62-51, 5:55 left in the third period. Kevin White looking to up the defensive intensity for the Sydney Kings. And that's what he does. Kings fall back into a zone. So Kim is looking for, he's just going to launch it now, and he nakes it. Super shot by Lee, rather. Now he almost steals it from Perry. Perry recovers. Here's Perry, just attacks the rim, and that time he was looking to throw it down and lands very, very hard.
Jesus, if he'd have made that one, I would have jumped up because that one would have been much harder than the one beforehand.
He went up with his left hand that time, not with his right hand. That was amazing from Kendrick. He throws down one of those and at the Kingdome. And once again, fans, get your membership, sydneykings.com, or call the Sydney Kings office on 029 746 0828. Call the Sydney Kings membership today. Memberships are available for as little as $100 for a 5-game package. And this is going to be an exciting team. Come see Kendrick Perry, Josh Childress and the Sydney Kings at the Kingdome this season. Perry makes the first.
I would say one thing about his game in transition. He is going to have to, at different times, change gears. Because he get going in first gear and it's liftoff, but you know how that's going to have to change at some stages during the course of the year where he's going to have someone right in the middle ready to take that charge. So I'm sure he'll figure it out eventually. 2 of 2
at the line. He's got 10 in the game. It's 64-54. Now there's a triple that's short. Rebound controlled by the Kings, and White loses out of bounds. And it's the one knock on Kevin White's game, Bruce, that he does make some poor decisions at times.
Yeah, I think he probably was, thinking push it up, but you got to control the ball first.
Turnover. Orion's possession. This Jang will be on 3. They're looking for Gillenwater posted up against Dunker. Nice interior feed. They double it quickly. Now Lim kicks it across. They launch a 20-footer. Knocks it down. It's a 2 only from No. 64-56. White almost turns it over.
Yeah.
Finds Ellis. Ellis with a left-hand runner, and he scores.
Tough shot. Nice one.
Back to a 10-point lead again. So every time the Orions cut into this lead, Sydney's found an answer. Oh, Gillenwater just bulls his way to the basket, score, the bucket, and the foul.
Yeah.
Just too strong in there.
Very strong.
For Josh Dunker.
Again, Matt, that's where the weak side help need to be in a position where it deters Gillenwater for making that move.
Dunker and Madgen take a seat, replaced by Daniel Joyce and Tommy Garland.
That's 4 on Josh.
Yeah. Once again, Kings bigs finding themselves in foul trouble. Although Brand has 2, they're not too bad. Had 3 early ones in Terrigal. 3-point play to Gillenwater. He's now got 18 in the game, and it's 66-59, 4:26 left in the third period. Now the Orions right in this. They show zone once again. Here's Joyce, now Perry. They originally double team him, then they call it off. Gets a pick, elevates from the elbow, and that's long. Rebound, Ellis tracks it down and he's fouled heavily. And that'll be 2 shots for Cody. That's Hangsock's second. Hangsock, no, that's his second rather, and Ellis will be at the line for 2. And he makes the first. Very, very good foul shooter. Oh, I've jinxed him. No, he's a very good foul shooter. I have faith, Bruce. Swish, there you go.
He's had a good couple of minutes here in this this quarter here. That's really made it steady for the Kings offensively.
He has been, hasn't he, Bruce? He's got 6, and it's back to 9. 4 minutes left. Mighty Might Sydney Kings 68, Goyang Orions 59. Jang at the elbow. And stolen by Joyce, knocks it down. Joyce almost steals it again. Now they throw it away. Good defensive hustle by Daniel Joyce. That's what he's there for, Bruce.
Yeah, no question about it.
Kings bench loved that. There's the explosive Perry. Again, they go into the zone. Tommy Garlock lays it off to Perry. Perry goes into the rack, fades and just elevates incredibly.
Yeah.
Hang time amazing, and draws the foul.
Yeah, he made something out of very little, but luckily for his athleticism, he's now at the free throw line because he was trying to shoot over 6'8" Goyang player.
He doesn't lack for confidence, Bruce. I guess the only thing you would say to him is, as you said, he has to, because we've got a timeout called here to the Orions. The one thing I would probably say is that as a young man, he's ultra confident, not cocky, not arrogant by any stretch, just very confident in his ability. That it's going to be up to Coach Cotter to kind of get him to dial it back a little bit, play maybe a little bit more under control.
That's going to come with playing professional basketball experience. You know, fresh out of college, you wouldn't expect that now. I like his energy. I like the fact that he is attacking, but you know, he'll learn to make good decisions with the players around him, such as Madge and Tommy Gallup, and also you know, Damian will have those conversations with him on the quiet, and that'll be part of him, part of his game being developed, and Damian playing his part in helping him develop his game.
And just a shout out to one of my best friends, Tahi Martin, the great Tahi Martin, coach of the Parramatta Wildcats, brother of Luke Martin, who I know is watching as well. Luke Martin, 2-time championship winner with the Sydney Kings in 2004-2005, part of that amazing three-peat team coached by Brian Gorgian. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, guys.
Yep, and Lukey, I hope you've recovered from Monday night, man, because you had a little bit of sauce in you. That's okay. He was very vocal on Monday night, and it was a great night. You know, we all got together and talked a little bit of trash, and Luke had the opportunity to have a couple of soft drinks before the game and didn't invite anyone else.
Yeah, it was certainly a great night, a memorable night in Alexandria. Just amazing, all the Kings fans, young and old, and those that had been around for so long that we probably haven't seen.
Yep.
To come pay tribute and catch up with Brian Gorgie and Nick Popovich, Jacob Jackamus. Perry missed the second, but he gets an opportunity for one more. Perry has 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's very, very, very productive and gets a chance to add to his tally. And that's no good either. And Gillenwater knocks it out of bounds. Good job by Garlick.
Still hovering around that 10-point mark there, Matt.
They've got it to 7, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump. And it'll be interesting if they can cut it down. But again, Bruce, as to how the Kings will respond. But again, give them credit. Kings have managed to find an answer. Ellis is short off that baseline jumper. Didn't quite have his feet set.
Well, he's probably more open then than his shots previously.
Oh, they turn the ball over. Here's Joyce. No look pass. Here's Perry. Perry throws it down. No, he misses. Couldn't get up that time, and it's out of bounds.
A little too much on it.
Kendry
He
really
elevated.
looking for the P. He was up there, but just threw it off the back iron.
Yeah, I think he cocked it back just a little too far.
Oh, almost a turnover down the other end. They managed to save it somehow. That was a travel. Yep. So the Kings pressure. Chu calls the travel. The Kings bench. They like that. Sydney possession. Leading by 10.
Honestly, Matt, not sure if it was, but when you're on the road, you get those sort of calls against you.
And that would have brought the house down, Kendrick, and he was mad with himself. In that zone, and Garlop, and they foul him. They were looking for, that was Lim that time, trying to sneak behind Tommy Garlop, and instead he got a piece of the arm, and Garlop's at the line for 2.
Well, I tell you what, if he just slowed down just a tad, he would just kind of be able to pick it up and take off. But he was their intensity sometimes bite them in the bum.
Here's Garlop. First free throw rattles home. Garlop now with 11 points on 5 of 7 shooting. A couple of rebounds and a couple of assists. And you look at his preseason, Bruce, and you have to say he's on for a big year this year.
Yeah.
Once again, the Orions in too early, so Tommy will have another shot at it.
Yeah, I like his mindset. You know, the preseason. You know, preparing for the actual season. Might have something to do with he's a married man now and had that discussion about being even more focused.
He missed the second, 1 of 2 at the line. And it's 70-59. Now let's see if the Orions can find Gillenwater. They do. Gillenwater just so strong underneath, and Garlop fouls him. He just got that great seal.
Yeah,
once he gets in that low block, it's game over.
Yeah, he know how to use his body to create an open look down on the block.
2 shots for the man from New Mexico State University, the Aggies. And he's a very, very well-travelled player over the years, is Troy. Spent time in Cyprus and among a couple of other European countries, makes it. It's 70-60. 2:50 left in the 3rd period. Garlop looking for White now. White goes baseline. Finds Joyce. Joyce inside to Garlop. Garlop fade away from the baseline is
Tough
good.
shot.
And he really likes that shot, Bruce.
Tough.
72-60. Back to a 12-point game. 2:34 left in the 3rd period here from the Brick Pit. Matt McQuaid and Bruce Bolden with you on Sydney Kings TV tonight. Jang inside, right-hand shot, and that's no good. Offensive rebound, Gillenwater, too big, too strong, scores. Gillenwater now with 23 to lead all scorers. Perry looks at a 3, turns it down. Now he finds Garlop. Cross-court pass, Joyce 3, short, and rebound to the Orions. I had a feeling it might have jumped in, but it was well short. Here's Gillenwater, 2 big steps to the hoop. Ellis can't stop him. Gillenwater with 25 points, and it's 72-64. And the Orions bench furious at a no call there, but
well,
I didn't think it was a foul, Bruce.
Well, you know what? For a minute there, I thought it was going to be a charge, and I can tell you what, if he'd have missed, chances are it would have been a charge. And I think because there was contact, Gillenwater expected a call, but again, as I said earlier, you're on the road in another country. You just have to accept what you're getting and what you're not getting.
Jason Gadee takes out Kevin White.
But in saying that, Matt, we have an 8-point game.
Again, you know, the single digits, they're hanging around. Here's Kadee, finds Madgen into the game. Now here's Garlop with Garcia in there now for Gillenwater. Garlop up fakes, Gillenwater Garcia stays right with him. Throws it all the way to Joyce. Joyce just jacks it from 3! Daniel Joyce hits a triple with a shot clock buzzer.
Good recognition of the shot clock down to 2.
It's Joyce's first points of the game, 75-64. Now an up fake from Lee, and he launches it, and it's short. Rebound Madgen, here come the Kings. Joyce is out running, Madgen finds Kadee. Jason Kadee once again pretty quiet, but just playing under control. Has only got the single point off a free throw, hasn't hit a field goal yet. Here he is now, finds Ellis, quick pass to Joyce. Joyce again with a triple. That's an air ball. Hits a triple at the buzzer and then follows it up with an air ball.
Yeah.
So one thing about Daniel, his mechanics do tend to break down at times, Bruce, and they did right there. They're looking for Gilmore, just throws it away, 3-on-2. Imagine Garlop running the lane. Garlop just too strong, just attacks it and
nice
scores.
I wasn't for sure if they was going to actually attack that opportunity there in transition.
Garlop with 15 on 7 of 9 shooting from the field. The Kings, just like that, back out to a 13-point lead. It's Sydney 77, Goyang 64. 7 seconds left. They're going to play for the last shot. Here's Lee, crosses over, throws up a wild shot. That's no good. And that's the end of the third period. A triple from Daniel Joyce and some excellent play from Tom Garlop have given the Sydney Kings a 13-point lead. It is the Mighty Might Sydney Kings 77, the Goyang Orions 64. We're going to take a 30-second break and we'll be right back with you. Stay with us. You're watching Sydney Kings basketball on the Sydney Kings TV network. Welcome back to the Brick Pit here. We'll just quickly run through the stats for you. Kings shooting 54% from the field at the end of the third period. They're 5 of 12 from 3, 18 of 23 from the free throw line. They're led by Ben Madgen, who's got 16 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's hit 3 triples. Kendrick Perry has 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists and a steal. And Tom Garlop did some great work, 15 points, 3 rebounds. He's shooting 7 of 9 from the field. The Orions, Troy Gillenwater, just a dominant force. In that period alone, he had 17 points to give him 25 in the game, and he's got 12 rebounds. He's been a monster.
Yeah, you know, he's a player. There's no question about that. He had a great game Friday night down in the Central Coast, so I'm not surprised to see him having another good game tonight.
It'll be Goyang to start us off in the final quarter here from the Brick Pit. Matt McQuaid and Bruce Bolden here with you on Sydney Kings TV. Just looking for some movement. They find it. Nice pass inside from Jang to Sung, and he scores 77-66.
That was obviously a set play coming out of the huddle there into this fourth quarter. So see how the Kings respond on their offensive end.
Perry finds Madgen. Madgen sets his feet, fires, and it's short this time.
Good-looking shot, just couldn't connect on it.
And Perry with a steal. We've seen that already. He's got a wide open look at 3, pulls up and is short, so hasn't quite found the distance. Here's Garcia. Good defense by Madgen, stops it right there. Oh, just waltzes into the paint. Short is Kim, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Orion's possession. 15 on the shot clock, 9:07 on the game clock. Sydney's lead is just 11. And it's been, as Bruce and I have said, it's sort of been hovering around that pretty much most of the night.
Yeah.
After the Kings got off to a flyer, jumped out to a 16-4 lead early. Garcia. Now he launches a triple, and he's got it. Sung Jae-jung knocks it down and back to 8 again. 77-69.
Time for the Kings to respond. Good offensive set will stabilize things.
Ryan's not quite as aggressive defensively as they have been, although that time Cadiz fouled 3 times on the same play, and finally they call it. And yeah, call the foul on Kings.
Yeah, that should have been called way up top here from the referee here in front of us, but baseline ref ended up calling it.
Sydney possession, 14 on the shot clock, 8:39 left in the ball game. It will be Kendrick Perry to inbound the ball. Looking for Madgen on a curl, can't find him, instead has to kick it way out to Ellis, and the Kings will set it up. Kadee kicks it out, Perry, he launches another triple, that's good! And Kendrick Perry says, finally I knocked one down.
Yeah.
And as Bruce said, the Kings respond, 80-69, 11-point lead, 8:23 left. Dunker just having some words there with a young Orions player who travelled, got away with it. Here's Garcia, isolated against Dunker. Dunker moves his feet, Garcia spin move, misses, rebound, and scores.
Spin every time.
Kings just haven't adjusted to it, and there's a foul in the open court from Hoban Han. And that will be the Orions' second foul of the period. Kings lead by 9 with just under 2 minutes gone here from the Brick Pit in the final period. Once again, Orions show zone. Kadee, Dunker, Kadee, Perry. Up fakes the 3, inside pass to Dunker. Dunker, right hand shot
nice
in
move.
the lane is good. Josh Dunker with 9, great pass by Perry. And now Madgen steals it, no. He picked it all the way, great anticipation from Madge. But it'll be the Orions retaining possession here.
Good pressure by the Kings. I like how they've turned it around and applied the pressure themselves.
So they're definitely showing pressure right up the floor. And now they call it off. Garcia just lopes into the front court. Just look at the work Kendrick Perry's doing off the ball against Hoban Han. He is harassing him. Han just trying to go baseline. Perry sticks right with him. Now Sung, he launches a triple. He's got it! Claiming he was fouled.
Yeah, very
Sung
lucky.
Jae-jung knocks another one down, and it's back to 8 again.
Very lucky not to get the foul.
82-74. Madgen now with a look at 3, turns it down. Here's Ellis. Ellis with an 18-footer, banks it, no good. Rebound Han, here came the Orions. Down 8. So they've got a chance to cut it to as low as it's been in quite some time. Garcia, Sang, 3, and long. Perry all over the glass, and the Orions knock it out of bounds. Tommy Garlup's going to come back into the game to replace Cody Ellis.
That would have been a big basket if he'd have made that, Matt.
It was the first opportunity they've had to get it into that 5 or 6 range in quite some time, just couldn't make it happen. But a good test for the Sydney Kings again with the next game on Saturday against the Wollongong Hawks at Moss Vale. Don't miss that one. We will be there with you for Sydney Kings TV. Madgen, Perry, wide open, 3-ball in the air, bang. And once again,
nice
Kendrick
shot.
Perry responds for the Kings and knocks another one down, 85-74. 6:30 left. Kendrick Perry with 17. And he's catching fire in this period. Now Sang, that time he misses. Tommy Garlip, good rebound to Madgen. Dunker's ahead of the pack. Madgen's just going to stop, pop, yes. Just like that, 5 quick points, and the Kings are out to 13. It's 87-74. Madgen has 18.
Well, you have more of an offensive lineup out there on the court now where all 5 guys can score.
Oh, Han attacking the hoop.
Yeah,
score it and the foul. What a play.
That was quick. Now, I can't fault Kendrick on that. I'll fault the weak side help that wasn't there. Josh Childress tried to come over, but he was late, and he probably wasn't the one that should have been in that position.
Once again, Orions not going away. And here's Hoban Han at the line for the N1. Makes it. 3-point play. 87-77. Han's got 3. Here's Madgen. And there's a foul off the ball. Offensive foul has been called. There's the, can't see who that is, Bruce, just the Korean Goyang Orions player just down on the baseline here. They call Garlop with a foul. And that's Tommy's first. Team's second. And just looking at, it was Sung that went down there. But he's okay. And we're just about to get back underway. Here we go. Perry showing some pressure to Hahn.
I'm looking at Gillenwater on the bench there. He looked like he's shut down for the game. He's got tracksuit on.
He has, Bruce, yeah. Interesting. Here's Hahn. Hahn just goes into the paint. Banks it in. And Hoban Hahn with 5 quick points here, and it's back to 8 once again. 87-79, and the Kings cannot shake the Orions. Nadjan almost stolen, but Childress recovers and is fouled. And they've called the foul on Sung. It's the 3rd team foul for the Orions. It'll be Nadjan to inbound the ball. 14 on the shot clock. Finds Perry. They've switched back into a man here. Here's Childress. Childress going baseline, and there's a foul. Blocking foul has been called. There's no way they're going to be able to stay with Josh Childress when he decides to make a move to the basket.
No, if they had to make contact on it, he looked like he's going to make a nice spin move to finish it.
Talking about Gillenwater, as Tahi Martin just informed us, of course, he went to New Mexico State with Martin Itty as Childress fumbles it away. Rebound to Kendrick Perry. He played at New Mexico State with Martin Itty, who of course played with the Kings for a year, and recently played in Turkey with Troy DeVries and Derek Lowe, a couple of ex-NBL players. As Tom Garlop knocks it down, and Garlop just so efficient tonight. He's 8 of 10 from the field. He's got 17 in the ball game. It's 89-79. Just whenever the Kings have needed a basket, Garlop's been there to provide it.
Yeah.
4:43 left. Here's Hahn. He finds Jang well beyond 3. Back to Hahn. Hahn just launches a long bomb and he knocks it down. Nice. So 8 points in the period from Hoban Hahn, and once again it's back to 7. 89-82, 4:25 left. Garlop looking for Perry, can't find him. Now Nadjan off a pick. Nadjan fires, yes.
Nice shot.
Nadjan came off that pick set by Josh Childress and just knocked it down from the foul line. He's got 20, and it's back to 9, 91-82. Here's Garcia taking a run at Garlop, kicks it out. Oh, up fake, nice move, reverse layup. No good, but there's a foul. And they'll call that on Tommy Garlop, I believe, and they do. And this will give...
Yeah, Gillenwater's back in the game. I thought he was done, but
yep,
he was just keeping himself warm.
It gives Jang an opportunity to cut this back to 7 again. And here we go. Still plenty of time left, Bruce, and if they've misses the free throw, and you can't afford to miss those at this stage. Second free throw coming up. You can hear some of the clappers in the audience here trying to put Jang off. It's in the air and it's good. And back to 8, 91-83. And what have we got here? Substitution. As Kim goes out, replaced by Dusu Kim.
4 minutes ago, Matt, Kings can't they can't drop their intensity. They still have to be aggressive because Goyang, trust me, they're not going to let down 1 inch.
Here's Garlop to Madgen. Madgen fires a 3 in the air, rattles in and out and misses. Offensive rebound. Josh Childress so long, and he converts.
Big offensive rebound.
Childress has 10, and it's 93-83. Here's Hahn, who's been very impressive in this quarter. Trying to find Gilwater, can't find him. Now Kim to Hahn. Hahn, 3, and short. Here's Duncan to Perry ahead of the pack. We're going to see some fireworks. Perry goes up with 2 hands and makes sure of it this time. 2-hand slam to Kendrick Perry, 95-83.
Yeah, that was a good safe dunk because he had, had someone chasing him down, so he didn't want to get too creative and put himself in a position to get injured. So
Gillenwater giving plenty of room by Garlop. Just attacks the hoop anyway. Layup off the rim, no good. Rebound Dunker. Here come the Kings up 12 with possession. Perry with 17 points in the ball game. 17 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Running some clock here. 10 on the shot clock, 2:43 on the game clock. 7, 6, finds Garlop. Fades, gives it to Madgen. Madgen fires for 3.
Touch.
And no good. 2 pieces of the iron. Offensive rebound again to Josh Childress. And he scores. Childress has 12, and it's a 14-point game. Josh Childress very active on the offensive glass. And the Sydney lead is 14 with 2:32 left. Time out on the floor here. And they've, again, Bruce, just as they did in Terrigal, the Orions have given the Kings everything they can handle. They've come out with the right intensity, and it's been a great hit out for the Kings.
Well, you know what? The thing I'm liking about it is the Kings come down, they get a good look. Goyang has forced them into a tough shot. They miss, then the Kings respond back with a offensive rebound by Josh Childress, or they respond back in a possession with a Madsen shooting the jumper off a screen. So I like where the Kings are being put in a position where they have to make an adjustment or respond back, and they are doing that successfully.
Great crowd once again in Sydney, and this is the Kings' final game here in the Harbour City before the preseason, the season I should say, starts proper. As they've got, as we've said, Saturday afternoon at Moss Vale. Bruce and I will be down there for that one once again.
Yeah.
And Bruce is going to be travelling with me, so we'll make sure he's on time.
Yes. I can't help traffic, but
that's Sydney traffic.
Trust me, with you, I'll be avoiding domestic issues.
And of course, after that, we'll be both again travelling up to Ipswich as the Kings take on the Perth Wildcats. That's Thursday, the 18th of September from 7 p.m. We're on air at 6:45 p.m. with our pre-game show. What a game that's going to be.
Should be a great game. It will give both teams an indication of, where they're at, but don't take too much from it. But at the same time, it'll be a good hit out for both teams.
The Orions down 14 with 2 minutes 30 left and possession. And what can they do here? Hahn's been very impressive in this fourth period. 8 points, keeping the Orions close, but Kings have just grinded them out. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 7. Now, that's Lim launches it short. Offensive rebound, Gillenwater, and Josh Childress just looked like he was just going for the ball there, and he and Gillenwater just having some words there. Now Madgen goes and has a chat to him. Gillenwater sort of walks away and still having some words with the City Kings captain.
Well, I think Mads probably should have just stayed out of it because Josh, it was a battle between the two of them, and I think Josh probably was unlucky not to get an unsportsmanlike, but referees let him play. I like that. Mads is probably sticking up for his teammate, obviously, but probably one where he should have played the diplomatic card instead of, getting involved with the trash talking between the two.
Gillenwater missed the first, but makes the second. 1 or 2 for Gillenwater. He's got 26, and now there's a foul. And they call the foul on hand, and Kendrick Perry's going to walk 90 feet to the other end and shoot 2 as the Orions are in the penalty. Perry tonight, very impressive, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, just the single turnover. Now, one of these amazing crop of import point guards that, at least on paper, we haven't seen such a quality group in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Free throw good for Kendrick. Hits 20. And
yeah, it's an exciting you know, crop of imports coming in this year. I think all teams should be pretty happy with their imports, and fans, they need to get on board with their membership so they can enjoy the highs, the alley-oops, the threes. It's going to be an exciting season.
no doubt about it. Kings lead is 13, 99-84. Just under 2 minutes left here. Attacks the basket hard. Childress stays with him, but he's fouled. So nice drive that time from Sung Jae Jung. And he'll shoot 2. So Josh Childress tonight had 20 on Monday night. Tonight, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and again playing well within himself, I think, Bruce.
Yeah, you know, he's controlling things. You know, he's been here for what, a week now, week and a half. So he's still, you know, the body and the sleep is probably still adjusting. You know, the jet lag probably, if it has settled, only just recently.
And there's that bank three.
Oh, yeah.
The first time we saw it, we thought, nah. And then the second, we thought, okay, well, that's how he shoots them.
Yeah.
Very unusual free throw routine. But obviously, he's picking his spot on the backboard. He's launching it.
Well, the only thing I can say he's doing right is he got number 23 on.
Yeah. Makes both of them, banks both of the free throws very unusually. And it's 99-88. Check that, 99-86, I should say. 1:52 left. Full court press from the Orions, but Childress gets it with that amazing length. And there's some physical contact off the ball. Tommy Gallup double team finds Childress in the pace. Childress with that super spin move. Misses. Rebound tracked down by Duncan. No. Here come the Orions on the break. Now they've got a 3. That's Sang. It's in the air. It's no good. Perry steals it. Here's Childress ahead to Perry. Perry goes hard to the rack and is fouled. And the Korean player, the Goyang player.
Jeez, there was more contact there than the football game. I'm not exactly sure what he was.
And he's got his palms up raised, as you can. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but palms up raised, asking the question. But he basically tackled Kendrick Perry, and he's. Yeah, it's a different game, Bruce.
Yeah,
clearly, a much different game. And the referee there is talking to him. Sean Myers. Meantime, Perry, who leads the Kings with 21, has...
Josh Childress was showing him exactly what he did. He went, you hack. It wasn't all ball that he...
It's the universal language of basketball, Bruce.
Yeah.
Meantime, Kendrick missing the first. Second one in the air, and there's the 100. So the Kings make the century. Kendrick with 22. Just under 90 seconds left here. Again, another entertaining preseason game. We've been bringing all of the action to you on Sydney Kings Radio and Sydney Kings TV. We certainly hope you've enjoyed it. Knocked out of bounds by Kendrick Perry. 12 on the shot clock. 1:13 on the game clock remaining. And once again, Sydney will be facing the Wollongong Hawks at Moss Vale on Saturday, the 13th of September. And that is going to be a great game, without a doubt. Sung, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Dunker. Just a minute left. Kings about to record their 5th straight victory under head coach Damien Cotter. And there's a foul. Imagine is going to shoot 2 with a 14-point lead. And stay with us after the game. Once again, we thank Damien Cotter very much. He's going to join us at the end of the game for his thoughts. And really want to ask him about that Wollongong game, Bruce. It's It's going to be special, pre-season or not. Ben Madgen. And rattles home. 2-2 at the line for Madge. He's got 22. Kings are out by 16 with 48 seconds left. Clock has stopped. Clock has not reset.
Called a timeout.
No, they've called a timeout. Timeout to Goyang.
Yeah, not exactly sure why, but
yeah. Well, at this stage, Bruce, you wonder what the purpose of a timeout is when you're down 16 with 48 seconds left.
Well, they'll probably be thinking, well, let's quick shot foul, quick shot foul.
It'll have to be very quick shot, very quick
Matt,
foul.
that's all I can think of.
Well, we know they're not shy about shooting the three, so it's certainly an interesting strategy, but good to see a good spread of scorers tonight, Bruce. There's 4 Kings in double figures, and then you've got Angus Brandt, who came off the bench tonight, only played 13 minutes for 8 points. Pretty solid effort. It was really Josh Dunker's night, and that's obviously by design by Damien, and Josh came through for him. 9 points on 4 of 4 shooting, 7 rebounds.
Yeah, I think that knee clash might have bothered Angus somewhat.
That's true too, yep.
So precautionary wise, probably, they decided to leave him out for the rest of the game.
Yeah. It'll be Goyang possession as the Kings send out Joyce, White, Kadee, Dunker and Garlett. Josh Childress and Kendrick Perry. Their night and Benny Madgen is over. And they've done an outstanding job once again. And the physicality's going right to the final whistle with Garlett and Garcia clashing. And here's Hahn. He's sung, up fakes to Hahn. Hahn almost loses it, but manages to find a player. Now back to Hahn. He's got Garcia in the low block. Garcia, layup. Just a little right-hand hook shot over Dunker. Just extended, that long 6'11" frame.
Very much so. Tommy couldn't do much with that.
102.88, 30 seconds left. Kadee to Garlett. He's looking for Joyce. He finds him. Joyce back to Garlett. Nice seal by Tommy, and he scores. Good pass by Joyce. They worked that well, Bruce.
Yeah, and you know what? Nice reply by Tommy as well.
104.88, 12 seconds left. Shot clock has been turned off. Here's Hahn. Stops, fires, no good. Rebound Garlett, 3 seconds left. Garlett throws it length of the floor! And he knocks it in! What a way to finish. 3-quarter shot by Tom Garlett, banks it in. And that's the end of the ball game. The Mighty Might Sydney Kings 107, the Goyang Orions 88. Bruce Bolden, your thoughts?
Great way to finish the game for the crowd here in Orchard that come out to support the Kings and support this game between the two teams. And obviously a positive finish for the Kings. I think they withstood Goyang's pressure for the four quarters. The intensity was great by both teams, and the Kings coming away with the victory is a bonus.
We're just going to grab Mighty Might Sydney Kings head coach Damien Cotter for a quick chat. Mate, congratulations, and a really good hit out. Once again, the intensity from the Orions was up. They defended very well. The physicality was certainly there. Things got a little bit chippy out there, but good to come away with your 5th straight win.
Yeah, it was good. I think both teams were pretty tired. I was really happy in the 3rd hour. We just grinded out free throw opportunities and just padded out the lead. We had a poor defensive 2nd quarter, and I thought the guys responded to the challenges at halftime. And so I thought we did a good job in that 3rd. We're getting a little bit better with our execution, which is pleasing.
What was the couple of key points that you mentioned to them at halftime so they can come out in the 2nd half to play a better ball game?
Well, the major thing is don't let your offense dictate your defense. That's what I felt we were doing, and I felt we flipped the switch on that. And we've got some goals defensively, and I'm pretty sure we achieved them. And I just we can't afford to have lapses. The league's so good this year. And you know, we've got enough talent, but we've got to make sure that we keep improving with our consistency. Defensively first and then offensively second.
Yeah, we spoke about how the team was responding every time Goyang came down and had a good possession. And I know from previous years the Kings have struggled responding and getting caught into a 2 or 3 minute lull.
Yeah.
Tonight they seem to be responding pretty good every time Goyang has scored.
I thought that I agree with you, Bruce. I thought that the third quarter, where we just executed and they forced them to foul and made our free throws, pretty good. I'm not quite sure. I feel good about it. We shot 107 points, so I feel like
23 of 29 from the free throw line.
And how many free throw attempts did those guys have?
25. So that was 17 of 25.
So look, if we can keep our spacing and we can get it to spots when we need to, and I was happy with that's the first time I've felt that this team is getting the ball where it needed to go at that point in time. I don't want to overcoach it, but you know, they were good in responding.
You had to be happy with the efficiency and the productivity of Tom Garlip. He was 10 of 12 tonight, but he's been very consistent so far throughout the preseason.
I think I'm really excited about, you know, what Tom's brought in here. You know, he's done a good job playing for North in the off season and worked very hard on getting himself right. And you know, he's been great. You know, he's led at practice, and I'm really happy for him that he's playing well.
Is that something that you think he took upon himself, or did you guys have that chat preseason for him to sort of step up and lead by example and, you know, give that bucket, that leadership when needed?
Yeah, I think it's Tom. I give full credit to him. He's really done a good job with getting himself right with his body this year, and I challenged him to develop his skill and his perimeter shot, and he's certainly done that. And it just added a new dimension to it. It helps us with stretching teams out, and he's become quite consistent in the preseason. He's been good off the elbows for us. Yeah.
And just finally, you've now completed your stretch of games against non-NBL opposition. You couldn't pick a better opponent for your first up NBL game as a head coach, or NBL preseason game, obviously. Wollongong Hawks at Moss Vale, and that's going to be a heck of a battle. We always know the Hawks, and you were there last year when the Hawks swept the Kings in the regular season, and obviously that final victory denying the Kings a playoff spot. So it's pre-season, but there's always something a little bit special about Hawks-Kings games.
I think for us it's a great game in the timing of our pre-season as well, Matt. They're pretty quick. They've got a couple of good guards, and they'll run some on balls, and I feel like we really need to progress our what we're doing defensively without it consistently. It's hard to guard middle on ball anyway, but so I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like the guys will be up. They've trained very, very hard over the last 5.5 weeks. They're a bit sore now. I was pretty proud how we grounded out the win.
All right, so with that, we thank Coach Damien Cotter very much for his time, and we look forward to seeing you in Moss Vale.
Pleasure, fellas. Doing a good job. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Head coach Damien Cotter, and we'll just run through the final stats with you. Kings end up shooting, Bruce, very, very efficient, 56% from the field. They were 8 of 19 from 3 for 42%, 23 of 29 from the free throw line, as we said, for 79%. Their 3 players in double figures all scored 22 points. Kendrick Perry finished with 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Ben Madgen, 22 points and 3 assists. He also hit 3 triples. And Tommy Garlip, who was really, for me, the player of the game. Just an ultra-efficient night from Tom. 10 of 12 from the field, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He has just been absolutely superb in the preseason. Josh Childress played just under 21 minutes, which is about spot on where Damien wants at this time of the year for him. 12 points, 6 rebounds. Certainly didn't have the pyrotechnics of Monday night, but they will definitely come. Josh Dunker in front of his home fans, a great night for Josh. 4 of 4 from the field, 9 points and 7 rebounds for him. Angus Brandt only played just over 13 minutes, I should say. Finished with 8 points, 4 of 8 shooting and 3 rebounds. Had the knock knee, didn't see any action really in the second half. For the Orions, they shoot 49% from the field, so they've done very well in the second half to pick that up. 9 of 23 from 3 for 39%, 17 of 25 from the free throw line for 68%. Troy Gillenwater, once again a standout for them. 10 of 18 from the field, 26 points, 13 rebounds for Gillenwater. Sung Jae-jun, 4 of 9 from the field for 14 points. Charles Garcia, the second Goyang import, finished with 13 points and 2 rebounds. And Hoban Hand with 10 points, 8 of those coming in the final period. He really tried to drive that team home.
Yeah.
Rebound count favoured the Kings 31 to 27. They grabbed 11 offensive rebounds. The ball movement, again, a feature. 21 assists as a team on 38 made field goals. So Damien Cotter's got to be ecstatic for that. And just the 8 turnovers despite all the pressure.
Well, that's only 3 in the second half because they had 5 in the first half. So, again, with the pressure that was applied to them, I thought, looking at only 3 turnovers in the second half, I think that lets you know that they were under control, kept their composure, and hence the reason why they end up getting the victory. And
just your thoughts on the Hawks, Bruce. On Saturday, you and I are going to travel down the M5 to Moss Vale for that game. It's already a sellout. The Hawks, their fans will be out. It's a small venue, of course, at Moss Vale, but it'll be loud, it'll be intense. And Kings-Hawks games, as I said to Damien, there's always that little extra special something about it. Yeah, well, you know what, I haven't saw too much of the Hawks just yet, but knowing that the Hawks are going up against the Kings, you can expect a high intense, fast pace, very, very competitive game where, both teams are trying to make a statement early on, even though things are not official, but it is official between the two teams. So I'm looking forward to it, and seeing the Hawks and knowing what the Kings have done over the last 5 games. And it's going to be an opportunity for the Hawks fans to see what their state rivalry is going to be like as well. Okay, so with that, we're going to sign off here from the Brick Pit as the Kings fans go into the centre court and sign autographs for the many kids in attendance. I'm Matt McQuaid, and thanks very much for joining us tonight on Sydney Kings TV, and I certainly hope you've enjoyed the action. As we said, we will be back on air Saturday, the 13th of September at 4:15 p.m. from Moss Vale as the Kings take on their first NBL opposition. As we've said, what a test that will be when they face arch rivals, the Wollongong Hawks. You do not want to miss that one. So on behalf of my broadcast partner Bruce Bolden and our technical guru and producer James Bowman, it's been great to have your company tonight on Sydney Kings TV. Stay safe wherever you are. Good night. Stay tuned.